There are many prophetic manuscripts that tell of a great struggle against evil forces. Throughout the history of our planet, we have seen that our political and religious rulers have tried to withhold the truth from people. Almost always, they abuse their power and tyrannize the people by constantly waging wars to keep us away from what was most important. The politics and religion that have existed since time began have not changed. We still live according to the customs and rules of the past. This leads one to think that planet Earth and all its inhabitants are ruled by forces of darkness. In ancient times, they were called archons. At that time, the wise Gnostics considered the archons to be demiurges who resembled and pretended to be gods or demons. According to them, the archons created all religions and made the political and religious leaders their servants without them being aware of it. The Gnostics believed that salvation could only be achieved through the knowledge of divinity, which we all carry within ourselves. They said to not hope for external help. We are on our own and have to save ourselves. Our society has been manipulated in such a way that corruption, hunger, wars, and inequality create a fear that affects all our lives, a feeling that lowers our energy levels and prevents us from realizing who we really are and what great power we're capable of. According to the Gnostics, we are creators. We carry the power that created us and the power of creation within us. The archons have access to this knowledge and use it against us by deceiving us. In order to be able to live in hiding, they have changed our spectrum of vision so that we cannot see them. The Gnostics said that they hide behind the veil of Isis, and from there they control and manipulate our thoughts and feelings. But according to prophecies of a variety of cultures, there will be a great battle between humans and evil forces, gods and beings of darkness. This will lead to the destruction of these negative energies, and their power over us will no longer exist. After this battle, the planet and all beings that inhabit it, humans, animals, and plants, will be free of all oppression. In Nordic mythology, the Ragnarok saga, meaning fate of the gods, tells of a great and catastrophic final battle between the gods and the powers of the underworld. After this, the giant gods and monsters will die, and the world will renew itself. What is strange, however, is that the gods, according to the saga, know what and when everything will happen, who will die, and are even aware of the fatal outcome that await them and cannot be avoided. One passage also tells of the falling of the sun, through which the stars will fall from the sky. Poisonous fumes will rise and flames will shoot into the sky and color it fire red. When the world dies, it will sink into the ocean. Then a new earth will rise out of the ocean, a green and righteous earth. On fields that have not been sown by man, grain will grow in large quantities. The sun is reborn and gives birth to a daughter who is no less beautiful than her mother. The daughter will take over the tasks of her mother in the new heaven. Evil and misery will not exist in the new world. Gods and humans will live together in peace and harmony. This is not the only prophetic text that predicts that when the old earth is about to come to an end, it will change into another dimension and give birth to a new earth beforehand, with which a new era, that of the mother, will emerge. Some cultures, like the Muslims or the Hindus, also mention this war. They say that non-human beings will interfere. Their writings refer to ancient and demonic influences that want to enter our world from invisible reality and describe them as deformed deities, beings from the underworld or mythological origins. But there is also a text from the late 1st century AD, which is called the Baruch Apocalypse, which tells the following: Days will come in which their inhabitants and their rulers will hate each other and be incited to fight. They also speak of a time when there will be earthquakes. After that, they say, there will be many spirits and demons. As it seems, the veil that separates the visible from the invisible world will disappear, and we will be able to see the beings that, until now, remain hidden from our eyes. Then the end of times will come, and it will happen that the multitude of souls of the righteous who have been guarded will open up and come out. Then Sickness, fear, pain, and suffering will disappear from humanity, and joy will return to all the earth. No one will die outside his time. There will also be no more setbacks, because this time means the end of what is perishable and the beginning of the incorruptible. As we can see, this is not a physical battle, but an esoteric force in which people will realize that they are light beings who had been subdued and deceived by darkness. And when they realize this, they will unite body, spirit, and soul. They will gain an infinite power, and their new strength will lead them to victory. The stories told in different parts of the world are all very similar. Perhaps our ancestors wanted to warn us of all this through the traditional writings and tell us that we do not need to fear what will come. But above all, that we should hold on to hope, because we will defeat the beings of darkness and not them us. We will emerge victorious from the last great battle and usher in a new golden age for mankind.